Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be listening in from. Hi, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon here in the UK, and it's a pretty nice day, let me say. Here I am. It's Yesterday was gorgeous, clear blue sky. We've had deep, heavy frosts most of the mornings. And my friend Paul, who sometimes joins us here, shared a picture that he had this morning of beautiful frosts out over the fields where he lives. And these sorts of days in the UK, I have to say, are particularly spectacular when we have that clear blue sky, that amazing um, clear air, the frosts, gorgeous. It's a little bit grayer today after our lovely frost. And there's me talking about frost. Here comes Carrie. Now, Carrie is in northern Minnesota. And last time she joined us, I think it was something like ridiculous, like -22 or something. Might have even been more than that. So, Carrie, when the stream catches up with you, I'd love to hear what the temperature is with you right now with northern Minnesota. So if you get a chance to share with us, please do. So, what am I going to talk about today? Um, Today I'm talking about, because there's a whole kind of mix of things going on right now. So we've just had a gorgeous full moon last night. I think it's the wolf moon last night. Gorgeous full moon. It really was bright. It was almost like daylight out there. It was so spectacular. And apparently we're in Mercury retrograde, which previously would have had me go, should I be worried about Mercury retrograde? Apparently not, because I have retrograde. Mercury retrograde is one of the four retrograde planets in my um, natal chart. So actually, when everyone else is pulling their hair out with Mercury retrograde, apparently I'm on a roll, and so it would appear, which is what I'm going to share with you. Okay, here we go. Look, -27. Oh, hang on a minute. 27 above zero this morning with colder week approaching. So I don't know quite how that translates, Carrie, but yeah, not good, right? Cold. I think we can take that as being cold. So we've got Mercury retrograde. We've got a gorgeous full moon, which particularly again for my friend Paul, who's really affected by the moon. Um, his mood and his emotions are really affected by the moon. And I didn't sleep at all well last night. I woke at about just before 3 in the morning, and I stayed awake until gone 5. I then did manage another couple of hours after that. And of course, what it got me diving for was my biorhythm chart. And what do I find? I'm pretty much up near the top right now of all of them except awareness. Awareness is dipping away, but emotion, intuition, energy, everything is up pretty high, which is really interesting because what I want to talk about during this session is really seizing opportunities. And yes, I know this is called Lessons from a Lurker turned Liberator and all that sort of stuff, but we are often presented with opportunities not to lurk, and it's how we respond in those moments where we're presented with those opportunities that makes a difference. So let me tell you some of the things that I have been presented with as opportunities. The first was a video of me shared on LinkedIn by the Institute of Leadership and Management, and it was a video I recorded back in the summer sometime. It was a long time ago. And it was, we'd been asked to record videos as female leaders about how we challenge ourselves. And so my video about how I challenge myself, how I challenge myself to show up, how I challenge myself to not pretend, went live yesterday on LinkedIn. Now, here's the funny thing. I've been avoiding putting videos on LinkedIn because it feels a bit too scary for some reason. I'm okay going live here. I'm okay putting videos, out and about, but there's something about LinkedIn. A lot of people talk about trolls on Facebook. I think I fear judgment more from LinkedIn than I do from Facebook, interestingly. Um, but the video was up there yesterday, so I thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to seize the opportunity. So I commented and said, thank you for sharing, and what a lovely surprise it was, and then shared it on my page or in my feed as well, and said how great it was, and what were you going to do to challenge yourselves if you were an introvert. Now, I could have just let it slip and hope nobody noticed, but I decided, actually, no, the thing I needed to do was I actually needed to jump on that and share it. So I'm also going to see if I can get a transcript of it, and I'm then going to maybe cut it into some posts so that we can share bits of it every now and again about the importance of challenging ourselves as introverts, not to show up in a fake way, but to actually show up authentically, but just not to hide. So that was the first thing. Um, the second was that I've just completed a new downloadable for mid-career introverts around mastering meetings, because it's one of the things that many people on their route up through the levels and looking for promotion are still challenged by meetings. And there's a whole host of reasons why that happens. You know, the people who chair the meetings are not strong enough chairs. The people whose meeting it is, because it's not always the chair, of course, haven't given enough thought or put enough preparation into the agenda. So people turn up to this meeting not really knowing why they're there. And then there was that amazing bit of research from the Kellogg School, who said that on average in most meetings, 3 people do 70% of the talking. I suppose it's almost like the 80-20 Pareto principle, isn't it? So that was from all of their research. They found that on average, 3 people do most of the talking in meetings. And certainly when I was busy in those corporate type meetings, that was certainly the case for me. So I thought it was about time, if I'm going to help more introverts climb that ladder authentically, that I needed to provide them with some little hints and tips about how to master meetings, not just survive meetings. I've seen other people kind of how to survive meetings. I'm not interested in surviving. I'm interested in more than that. I'm interested in introverts mastering meetings. So I've created this new downloadable, and it's just kind of 6 pages long, but it has a really nice acronym to it, which is a REAP acronym. So I want people to be thinking about, every time they're going into approaching a meeting, think REAP, so that you reap the rewards of a good meeting, of being ready for that meeting. So I'll probably pop the link here in the chat below here, so that if any of you want to have a look at that, you're very welcome to. You're very welcome to download that particular PDF. I was struggling to find the words then. So yeah, I'll put the link here so that you can do that. And then what that means is that you'll be able to follow that or share it with other people around you. Yeah, thanks, Carrie. Mastering meetings. Yeah, it's not just about surviving them. It's more than that, isn't it? And this is a big, old, full-on week for me. I've got a bit of training to do Thursday afternoon, but I'm working with some experts to really help raise the visibility of the work I'm doing here. I saw a post on LinkedIn, and I think it might have been one that I shared, but Susanna Ray, who is a coach for introverted entrepreneurs, said that actually my work deserved more visibility. And I thought, actually, you're right, Susanna, and I need to work with someone to help make that happen. So I've engaged the services of somebody who's going to help me make my work more visible. So this is such an exciting time for me. And if you've popped into Introvert's Corner recently, you'll have seen the working logo. It's maybe not the final one yet, but the working logo of the Sassy Introvert Society. So things are moving on a pace there. So January for me, 2022 has started at full pelt, and I'm loving every minute of it. I feel it's a bit like a horse at full gallop, where I'm not really sure if I'm in control of it or whether actually it's in control of me. But I am certainly riding that horse, and both hanging on, but also making sure that I've got a little bit of control over it. So thank you, Carrie. Yeah, look what she's put. How nice is this? Look. Holy cow, woman, you're on fire with inspirations. And I really feel I am. That's exactly how it feels. And so I'm making the most of this. You know, a lot of people treat January as their kind of start slowly month, either that or they're full into kind of sell, 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 sell. Um, and I'm neither of those. Actually, I'm in create mode because I'm inspired by so many requests, questions that people ask me, and so many things that I notice around the place. So I think that's probably what I need to say today. So just a reminder, seize those opportunities, because you never know if they're going to come round again. And even if you don't seize them and really capitalize them, have a good look at them. You know, there's that lovely theory in terms of the way we are actually all connected, in that sometimes things aren't for us, they may be for other people. And what we really need to do is just be mindful of, if it's not for me, let it go with grace, because it might be for somebody else. And when we're this week's podcast, which is obviously out on Thursday, first thing overnight, kind of Thursday, Wednesday night into Thursday, is about saying no in the workplace and being taken seriously. I wrote an article about it a little while ago. And again, I was prompted by one of my clients to say, how can I say no without feeling bad? Because when she had tried to say no, she was told she was being selfish and not a team player. It's back to that boundary stuff again, isn't it? So, exciting weeks ahead, and I look forward to updating you. Keep your eyes on Introvert's Corner, because I will share, probably first there more than anywhere else, exactly what's going on. So keep your eyes open there, and I hope that what we've got coming up is such exciting stuff for us all. So have a good rest of your Tuesday, and I look forward to seeing you again next Tuesday. Take care all.